If you say you need me, you need me one more day. Don't be sorry, this is my journey to find my whereabouts. I'm so happy to take on a burden to free my destiny. If you say you need me, you need me one more day. Don't be sorry, this is my journey to find my whereabouts. I'm so happy to take on a burden to free my destiny. If you say you need me, you need me one more day. Don't be sorry, this is my journey to find my whereabouts. I'm so happy to take on a burden to free my destiny.
Hello, hello. How are people doing? Let me make OBS smaller so I can actually see chat. Oh, hey, Socks. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. We are starting. I'll just do it now. No one cares about the countdown. There we go. I'll do some quick dailies here, just to get people into the room, and then I have a presentation ready for a bunch of people. I'm essentially just going to record one of my discussion videos live, just because. Whoops. Come on, VLC, let's calm down a bit. Go back to this song. So, I want to hear how you guys think of Banyue and what y'all are expecting for character buffs going forward. Hello, Last Order. Hello, PJ Gray. What is my energy at? 240, cool. And I will have the espresso. I have to go farm a bunch of stuff because someone, I won't mention names, Last Order, but someone made me pull Ellen, and that wiped out all my Denny's. Hello, Note. We will. I don't want to have to farm Denny's. Farming Denny's is like, it feels so bad because there's so many ways to get Denny's. Well, I was leveling up Banyue's dodge when I shouldn't have. You can keep that sucker at 7. It doesn't matter. It only matters for the days of his like perfect thing, but it's such little days anyway. Oh, that didn't work out how it's supposed to. Normally Yuzuha gets everyone, but it's a bit tricky to do it in that rotation. It was easier, but it absolutely Last Order. I agree. Yeah, PJ. That's the sentiment I'm hearing a lot, and I think it makes sense because why was he not hit? The way Banyue is marketed is Banyue is marketed to a niche audience, and that niche audience really likes playing him. So, and technically speaking, Banyue is the strongest fire DPS right now. That doesn't really matter, but why did he not die? Somehow adding Dailies to this team made it weaker than my Caesar team, because Caesar would stun the first enemy. Everything would be the same, except I think Dailies positions us in a weird spot. Because she's further back, so Billy's further back, so his damage falls off harder. That's about it. Actually, no. We go to... Where do we go? Ah, yeah. We're not done building him. People are expecting the event W engine in 2.5 to be potentially better than Monotos for the free-to-play people. So, specifically on like characters like Banyue and Yixuan. I actually was going to make a co-op tier list, but they announced it, and they were announcing it's essentially like the beta test of it. And so I figured there's no real point to like giving my thoughts on a beta test of co-op because there's just a lot of things they're going to iron out the kinks for. So, and one of them is like, how in the world does a character like Seth buff the team, because he's supposed to give his buffs through his quick assists, but he can't do that. So if three characters are on the field, it's like how does Seth buff the team? Yeah, Puzzle Sphere is not very good. And there's a great reason for that. Where can I find it? I have not gotten any of the puzzle spheres. I've like not bought them, I mean. The reason it's not really good, it's this little thing right here. Why did they have to make this attack? Why? Why? Also, this is only really useful for Yidhari and Monato. Not even, and not really, because Monato doesn't use his EX enough. And neither does Yidhari. Like, I guess this is fine for Yidhari, but like, you'd rather use something else. Yes, we're hoping Nekomata is good. That will be discussed after I do my dailies. And I just left the area to do my dailies. I mean, I did them already. There's not much to do. Here's the thing. There's an argument that I should just go into Hollow's Aerospace City and just grind materials. And I'm going to be honest, this is the most boring part of the game. I absolutely... Despise is a strong word, but I think it's fitting. I don't think I despise it, but if someone was... If I started doing this is second monitor content. Like, unironically, if I'm doing this, it's because I'd rather be doing something else. So we're getting out of here. And I will actually start my recording here because I am going to reposition myself to be in the top left. Ooh, and I'm going to put chat in the bottom left. Yeah, I'm hoping... Here's the thing. I don't think they will buff A ranks. There's just not a financial reason to do it. The first one they would buff is like Ambi. But I don't think they'll ever do it. I mean, ever is a strong word. I don't see them doing it unless they've already implemented in like Lost Void. So, where did I put this? I put this over here. I'm going to turn off the display capture. Hello, chat. I'm also going to turn off this text and start recording. So that way my mic is on a different audio level from the on-stream stuff happening. Chat, hello and welcome. This is a presentation about character optimization. Oh, the way this is on my screen is a bit different. Oh, that's because I have... There we go. That looks a lot better. I actually... You might think this is like auto included. No, you have to specifically include this because otherwise this is blank. So this is the joke. Maybe I'll replace it with something in the actual video I make. I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to it. But chat, what is the one important thing about character optimization? I didn't actually go through to make sure this was all done correctly. What is this about? Like, what's the point of character optimization? I'm using their words from the live stream. They said optimization. What is it? We are analyzing how and why agents struggle and what they want to execute their ideal game plan based on their intended design. The reason this is important is because if you were to say, what is the problem with, how do we, I guess, the solution is, it is a weird sentence because it's an explanation of what this is about. The solution, if someone said, oh man, Nekomata doesn't deal enough damage, how do we fix that? Let's turn her into a rupture agent. It's like, what? Like, no, like that's not in that was not a part of her intended design. She was not ever going to be a rupture agent. Like that's not a realistic solution. What the intended design is basically just let agents do the things that they want to do within reason. Give them the tools and options that they desperately want. I'm gonna adjust my mic a bit. And as you, do I give the example here? No, I give the example in the next slide. This is really important. The idea is not to, actually no. If I show some exact numbers in this, those numbers are not hard and fast numbers. If I say give this this character gets a buff that this character gets a 50% damage buff. The 50% damage buff is not the point of the buff. Like, it could be 45%, it could be 55%. That's not too important. It's just a ballpark of like what sounds right. And if you want to know more about like what the heck is he talking about when he says agent game plans, I made a video about that, and I encourage you to go check it out because I talked extensively about Ellen. So what is this not about, right? Like, there is a scope to this discussion. What are we not talking about? We're not just saying give character more damage or just change their additional. This is probably something they will do, but that's a bit narrow-minded, and it's kind of boring, and it's always not the correct answer. In my example for this is Soldier 11. The problem with Soldier 11 was not, oh man, Soldier 11 doesn't deal enough damage. The problem with Soldier 11 is that her damage was essentially concentrated into her basic 4, and her basic 4 was almost not worth using. Not that it's, sorry, it's not that it's not worth using, it's not worth considering outside of stun, because the ideal game plan for Soldier 11 is basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, basic 4. Basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, basic 4. Here's what actually happened. Basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, dodge counter. Basic 1, basic 2, dodge counter. Basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, dodge counter. You see the problem here. She can never get to her basic 4. And so what are they doing? They're saying, hey, here's a way to actually use your basic 4. On top of that, when you have all these fire suppressions stacked up, we'll allow you to unleash all of them. It's like, oh, that's actually really good. It's not just a, oh, we'll give her a 50% damage buff, call it a day. It's like, no, they made her more mechanically engaging to play. That's really good. Similarly, that's a hard word to say. Similarly, Banyue does not need more damage. His damage is actually fine. What he wants is a better way to generate Wrathful Fire. As long as he has that, his damage is perfectly fine. For the context of depends on how you play him, of course. Like, if you struggle to play him, of course he's gonna feel a lot worse. But like the really good players, like all of them are just saying like, yeah, this is the only thing he cares about. Like, it's not about the damage specifically, it's Wrathful Fire. If this is solved, then his damage is also solved, because Wrathful Fire basically gives him free EXs and his enhanced basics. See, PJ, that's a great segue, because we're talking about Nekomata first. What is Nekomata? Nekomata is actually really good. A lot of characters, like if you see tier lists, they'll put her really low. I actually don't believe that's true. Not that I don't believe it's true, but I don't believe it's to the degree some people are saying. Like, people say, oh, Nekomata can't do anything. I don't think that's true. And she's made even better with her Mindscapes and Steel. Kushio? I misspelled this? That's okay. We'll pretend this. I'll put my cursor over this so it looks like an N. Steel Cushion. Oh, the H is supposed to be here and the N. Whatever. This is live. No one cares. You know what this word is. Personally, I like to evaluate standard agents at Mindscape 2. Hey, Dr. Swaz. I like to evaluate them at Mindscape 2 because I think that's fair. Like, most Mindscape 2s are basically what the character was going to have originally. It was part of their original kit and then it got removed to be on the standard banner. What does Nekomata want to do? She wants to attack enemies from behind. Here's the problem. There's no reason to do this because she doesn't have any moves that directly benefit from this. And no, her Mindscape 1 and Steel Cushion are not a part of her base kit. I spelled it right here. Anyway. So it's like, oh, she wants to attack enemies from behind, but like there's like, okay, but what's the payoff? Well, the payoff is her Mindscape 1 and Steel Cushion. It's like, okay, cool. but what in her kit, like what move does she have that gives a big payoff to this? And the answer is 0. There are 0 moves. So how do we fix that? One way is to give her EX an EX follow-up. And this makes sense because she can ultra charge her energy pretty well. Her energy cost for her EX is pretty low. And when she uses this like follow-up EX, it ignores 3.3% of the enemy's defense for every back attack you've used. And this can stack up to 10 times. But after you use this move, this stacking effect will reset. And the idea is, let's say you do 5 back attacks, you press EX again. Now because you've done the 5 back attacks, you're ignoring, what is this? Like 16%, I'll just round it, 16% defense on that EX. That's a pretty good payoff. And then you're gonna go back into doing your combos. The idea is to incentivize Nekomata wanting to attack enemies from behind, even outside of stun. That's kind of the point. As long as we can make that work, I think that will make Nekomata more enjoyable to play. Again, this is kind of like a rough idea. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I'm not going to give her an EX that does a bajillion damage and dashes across the entire arena and auto targets homing. It's like, no. Let's be reasonable. I'm not that creative. Another way is to give her, is that when she does consecutive identical attacks or EXs, increase their damage by some amount. I said 50% as like a ballpark answer. And part of this is because in her basics, if I can pull this up, I can put on, get my display over here. Where is this? I'll put it up on here. Nekomata has this thing. On the last hit, there's a 33% chance to repeat this hit 3 times. This almost never matters for anything. And I think that kind of stinks. Like, wouldn't it be cool if there was like an actual payoff to this move other than it just randomly occurring? And so that was my idea for it. Her EX is just a damage move. It does quite a bit, but it has a short range and it has a really low energy cost relative to other characters. And so the idea is she will usually use 2 EXs in a row anyway. So she might as well be able to get a bonus for using double EXs. Let's go back to my window capture and pull this back up so I can see what I'm talking about. And finally, this is kind of not the most important, but let her additional stack when anyone uses an ultimate. For those who don't remember, her additional increases the damage of her EX by 35%. I think it's 35%, stacking twice. Let me I was just there. We can just double check that. Whoops. Where are you, Nekomata? Yeah, it's 35%. See, I was right. Stacking up to twice. That sounds pretty good. How do we have to do it? Oh. Someone has to inflict assault. Chat. Why is the attacker have to inflict assault? Like, that's an anomaly thing. Why is this part of the additional? And do you see the energy cost for her EX? You are never stacking this twice. It's just not happening. So for that reason, like, let's actually make her additional worth considering. Like, let's consider stacking it. It just needs to do something. Literally, just letting this have anything would make it immensely better. Let me move this so I can have a way to see my presentation. Another idea is they could let her have more of her original base kit. Like in the beta, she was going to be more of like a mob destroyer. And that was cool, but like they've never really done anything with that yet. So they could try to give her that back, especially with maybe they're going to do some changes to Shiyu defense that might encourage more like mob oriented DPSs. That would be neat. We'll see. Anyway, these are just like some ideas, just trying to talk it out. But next up on our list, Lycaon. Why is Lycaon here? Well, they said they're going to buff every standard agent, so I might as well include them. Here's the problem. Lycaon is already really good. Like, he is the best standard agent in the game. So why would they ever bother buffing him? Well, there's actually a great reason for that. Half of his kit will tell you that he wants to do his charged basics. And there's no real point to ever using them. The ideal Lycaon gameplay experience for most teams is like a defensive assist, EX, switch. Defensive assist, EX, switch. That's it. That's about it. In most Lycaon teams, outside of like Hugo, because Hugo is a very specific DPS, you're almost never using his charged basics. They're just not relevant to his game plan. And that's kind of unfortunate. Because like half of his kit, like his own W engine, is awful on him. Because it only buffs his basics. And how you actually play him is that you never use his basics. I shouldn't say never. You never use them in a meaningful capacity. They are not a contributing factor. They do not meaningfully contribute to how Lycaon supports the team, so they're not worth considering. So how do we fix this? We let his dodge counter not interrupt his basic combo. This is kind of important because his final basic is actually really strong, but you're almost never getting to it. Oh, my controller disconnected. That's what I heard. That's one option. That's a bit standard. You know, I copied that a bit from Soldier 11 and lighter. Another option is to, when he uses a quick assist or dodge counter, he can go straight into his basic 3 or 4. This allows him to, when you're switching him in, it gives you more of an incentive to do your charged basics because you're going to start further ahead of the combo anyway. I forgot exactly what the rest I put on here. Yes. Alternatively, we give him a new charged basic 6 after his basic 5 that he can use after his EX or an assist follow-up. So like instead of just tapping EX and then immediately switching, you will hold down basic and he'll start charging up this basic 6. When this move hits, it will reduce the target stun damage multiplier, or sorry, it increases their stun damage multiplier by 15% and reduces their ice resistance by 10% for 30 seconds. And this is supposed to line up with the debuffs he gives and his additional. And so that way there is some synergy to like, oh, here's a new attack and here's a payoff for it. And that's the goal. We are trying to give Lycaon a reason to use his charged basics. And maybe then people will consider actually using his own W engine on him. If this new charged basic does a lot of damage in days, it's like, hey, might as well use the W engine for it. Why not? The next character, this is a special one. I had a lot of fun creating this. It's Koleda. I actually showed this off to Soul because we had a fun little discussion today. I won't spoil it, but I showed him a screenshot because I thought this was funny. Koleda has technically already been buffed. I can show that right now. In 2.0, for those who weren't here last time, I made this joke because people are like, what the heck are you talking about? Koleda has not been buffed. Yes, she has. In 2.0, they changed her additional so it include rupture agents. And this has never mattered for anything. She's not even used in the free-to-play teams. Like the free-to-play Monato teams don't even consider this. They just consider Pulchra. It's so funny. It's like, oh, we have to buff Koleda to let her use rupture agents, and it has never mattered. That's wild. Anyway. Let's go back to this. And so, how in the world do we buff Koleda? Well, what does Koleda do? She turbo stuns. Koleda's a turbo stunner. That's about it. So just let that be more rewarding. Like, give Reason a Koleda. English is hard. Give Koleda a reason to turbo stun enemies that benefits the team. Also, this is kind of important. Let her become a better DPS when she's paired with Ben. It is really weird that Koleda and Ben have this unique synergy that no one else has just yet. Maybe, I'm assuming the Angels of Delusion will have team up ults or whatnot. And it's weird that they have this synergy and it never matters because they are just not good. They have like an anti-synergy. They don't really work well with each other at all. And it's crazy. So let's fix that. Koleda, after using an EX or an assist follow-up, she can go into her basic 3 or her basic 4. It depends. I was debating between one or the other. But the idea is that she uses her EX to get her Furnace Fire, and then she needs to go into her basics to use it. And it's like, okay, well, these moves already give you her Furnace Fire. Why don't you just let her go into those moves immediately? Have a bit more of an immediate payoff for playing that way. And this is the crazy one. Normally, it was hard for me to like create a brand new move for Koleda. I could have done like, after she uses her EX, she gets like an ultra powerful EX, but it's like, does she really need that? It's like, not really. So what am I adding to her additional? And these can stack 2 times because her debuff, which is like, it increases and the chain attack while enemies are stunned, stacking twice. If you know it, you know it. Koleda's chain attack and ultimate gives the team 200 decibels and 12.5 energy or adrenaline. This is kind of important because the one thing that Koleda struggles with is she stuns too fast. Like, she's too fast. And because of that, your team does not have enough decibels or energy or adrenaline to do the things they want to do during stun. And instead of just saying, well, increase her damage, it's like, well, that's not helpful. Increase her days, well, that's not helpful. Increase the reason for Koleda to turbo stun. This is the idea. This is what we're aiming for. Here's the payoff for it. Now, it's like, oh, Koleda turbo stuns, that's a good thing. We're rewarding her intended game design. Additionally, her chain attacks, because she wants to buff her chain attacks reduce enemy defense by 4% and increase sheer damage taken by 2.5%. Again, Koleda, the buff says increase the team's chain attacks by up to 70%. It's 35% stacking twice. So like, hey, why don't we let there be a payoff for using chain attacks? Like, it's weird that the payoff for her additional is just, here are slightly better chain attacks and there's nothing else except for that. So like, let's just make that better. So yeah, that's it. But there's one more thing. We haven't talked about Ben. What is Ben doing? When paired with Ben, her initial attack and crit damage increases by 100%. She can double her buffs and debuffs, all of these buffs, and her chain attack buff in her original additional. Their max value can double, and she gets a new partner dodge counter that includes Ben's block counter. And the idea is to double down on making Koleda a very niche DPS when paired with Ben, because right now Ben is not a very good support for Koleda. And it's like, oh, let's double down on that. Like, let's give him a new move that shows off their synergy, and let's show that, like, hey, the president and the bear, like, let's increase the synergy between them. Double her attack and crit damage. Initial. It probably won't be this high. Again, the number is not specific. This could be 50%. This could be 50%. This could be 70%. The idea is to highlight this unique synergy and show it off. That's about it. Let me get some water real quick. Refreshing. All right. Next up, I do not have enough monitors to do this. That's the wrong one. Where is the presenter? Next up is Rina. Honestly, I had a really hard time thinking of stuff for Rina, and I'll explain why later. Rina kind of wants to be in monoshock or pen ratio teams. What you're missing here is the want. It's a W. You can tell. I'm saying it anyway. But here's the problem. She's a bit clunky for both of those teams. she's usable, but she doesn't really excel in those teams. And it's a bit awkward because her, I'll talk about it later because I mention it later. More Bangbu support, that sounds interesting. So to help Rina actually be in like a mono shock team, for those who don't know, Rina technically lowers your shock damage, like your initial shock damage, because she's contributing to the anomaly buildup, which means the game is looking at her, also calculates her stats as part of the damage. And if her anomaly proficiency is low, then she is nerfing the team's damage by some small percentage. So to change that, we'll use the text they give to Yuzuha. Does not contribute to accumulated blah blah blah, you can read it. Basically, her anomaly buildup will not be calculated for the anomaly damage. And that just lets her be used in shock teams without punishing the damage for it. That's a really good buff for the original mono shock team of Grace and Anton. And other than that, maybe they could do something to like buff her anomaly output, or like make her better in attack teams, like give her a reason to be used with Ellen and Corrin. But this one's really tough because it's like, I have a hard time visualizing how can we buff Rina in a way that makes her more mechanically engaging. And it's like, well, like they could just give her aftershocks, but that kind of takes away from her original design, because her original design was you play around the fact that her buff doesn't last a very long time, so you have to switch her in. And just giving her aftershocks kind of makes you ignore her in that sense. And so that doesn't seem interesting. Like, I don't want to buff Rina in a way that makes you use her less. Like, why? That seems boring. We're trying to buff Rina to make her seem more engaging. There could be like some buildup where after a certain number of moves, she can get an aftershock. As someone suggested before, give her more like bang boo support. Like make her bang boos do something cool or something when she uses her hold basic. She recalls them, she does her hold basic. Right, exactly. Chat, if you have really great ideas, let me know in the comments below. I am recording this for a separate video, so when you have, let me see your thoughts down below, or put them in the stream chat. Why not? You can see them on screen. I am in favor of giving her aftershocks as long as those aftershocks are not consistent, right? Like if you can use an aftershock with her and that means her buff is always active, then like what is she doing? Like, I don't want that. There should be a reason to switch her in, and that's part of her intended design. Her buff does not last a long time, so you have to switch her in. I don't want to go away from that because I think that makes her interesting. Next up is Zhu Yuan. We're skipping Ellen because Ellen's already buffed. Zhu Yuan, I think Zhu Yuan is actually good. Like, she is not in desperate need of buffs. Like, she's not like a character like Koleda that is kind of lost, like lost in the sauce. Zhu Yuan actually has a pretty good game plan, and she's good at it. So we might as well just make her burst feel more rewarding. How do we do that? For those who don't know, suppressive basic is when you hold the basic button. Give her a new suppressive basic that uses 3 shot shells instantly after she uses her shot shell basic 3. And so the idea is like, hey, we're going to reward players who build up their shot shells and then unleash them all. We're improving her burst. We're giving her a new move that makes her burst better. And then we're going to give, oh, I said big damage, go boom. Yeah, that's fun. And then she will get a new assault basic. Basic assault basic is her just pressing basic. It's her regular combo that allows her to reload 3 shot shells after her basic 3, after a quick assist, after a dodge counter, or after an EX. However, this reload can only be used by these moves once every 30 seconds. So if you reload after your EX reload has a 30-second cooldown, but your other moves do not. So if you do dodge counter, reload, EX reload, that's a lot of bullets. And the idea is to not like hyper spam her bullets, because I try to limit this to still make her bursts good, but not just like dodge counter, reload, because that might be, I don't think that's actually interesting. But the idea is to allow her to be used more on field as well. It's like reward her on field use a bit more. So that way her burst can be, she can have a bit more frequent bursts instead of just like sitting around a bit waiting for stun to happen. Let her be used more proactively on field without specifically needing a team like Astra and Nicole. I don't have a ton of experience playing Zhu Yuan. I don't own the character. She's one on my list of like, man, if she was part of like the free event stuff, that'd be cool. But she's not. So I have very limited experience using her, but from what I've used, I think this is like the only thing she really wants. She wants better burst, and she wants slightly more ways to reload, especially during stun, because she can unload her bullets pretty well. Qingyi, this will be a funny one. Qingyi is not really, I mean, she's a support, but like the way she's used, she's actually an on-field DPS, because she wants to hog a lot of field time and she wants to do a lot of damage. If you read through her kit, half of it is doing these moves deals a bunch of damage in days. And so how do we make that better? We either give her higher damage moves outside of stun, or we help her for some fights where she has, there are some fights where she will struggle stunning the enemy, and we might as well like give her something, like let her have something before the enemy is stunned, right? That way teams aren't just desperately staying on Qingyi the entire time and not getting any payoff for it. So here's my idea. When she uses her enchanted Moonlit Blossoms, it's when her gauge is full and she holds her basic. It's the big power move. If the target is not stunned, increase the stun damage multiplier by 0.5 for each stack of subjugation, and this buff applies outside of stun. I forgot exactly I don't know if this is the right number I wanted to lean on, but I picked 0.5 because I forgot. She can give enemies 20 stacks, and this goes up to, this doubles against boss enemies. And so the idea is this number will go up to like 20 the first time you do it. And so that's just a little something. It's not gonna break the game. It's just gonna, hey, here Qingyi's getting like a small little buff because she already wants to stun really quickly anyway. But just until then, here's a little damage buff for you along the way. And then her Moonlit Blossoms extends the stun duration by 0.7 seconds, stacking 3 times. The idea is like the longer an enemy takes to stun, the better the reward for using Qingyi will be, right? Because right now Qingyi's kind of in like a crossroads of the longer she takes, the worse she is. Because Qingyi wants to be on field to stun, but if she can't stun quickly, like you're better off just using a character like Trigger. But so I kind of wanted to give Qingyi a reward against enemies that take longer to stun. I don't know if this is like a great idea, but this was the one I thought of the quickest, and I thought it made sense at the time. Also, her EMB can trigger a perfect dodge. So when she triggers that perfect dodge, she can use she can follow that up immediately with a chain attack with double its damage buff. For those who do not know, I will show this now. It's stretching like that because I cropped it so we could see myself in my chat without getting in the way. For those who do not know, and I feel like this is something people forget, her chain attack says, if I can zoom in properly, when the attack hits an enemy, the skill's damage increases by 3% for every stack of subjugation. So her chain attack already has a damage buff for subjugation. And I figured, hey, like let's lean into this. Let's bring this out even more. Because that's something she can do that not a lot of stunners have. So that was the idea behind that. So, ooh, I have to pull everything up because I don't have a lot of monitors to work with. So what's next on the list? Jane. We're talking about Jane. What is Jane? Well, Jane is a hypercarry anomaly agent. Right? That's kind of what she's supposed to do. But she isn't really good at doing that. Right now, Jane's best role is being a support for a better DPS. I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just probably not the reason people pulled for Jane, right? Like if you were pulling for Jane, you were probably not thinking, oh yes, of course, I'm using her because she's an Alice support. Like what? No. I'm pulling Jane because she's an anomaly DPS. Let her go, boom. So how do we fix this? Like, how do we actually make her a better hypercarry anomaly DPS? I don't have a ton of experience using Jane, but I know what she wants to do. In her Xiao Chow jump, is it Xiao Cao? Xiao Cho? Xiao Cao? However it's pronounced. This move, it doesn't feel good at all. I would disregard any buff in exchange for giving her that smiley you gave her. LOL. Nice. Thank you so much, Moopers. That means a lot. Where was I? Yes, her however this word is pronounced, Xiao Chow, Xiao Ko, whatever. This move doesn't feel good to use at all. It's you hold the button and she spins around in place, and then she does a move. It just does not feel rewarding at all. Like, there's a lot of build up to getting in passion state and then using this move, and the move just has such little range. It feels so clunky. Just make that good. Like, actually give that something. Did I say anything? Yeah. Allow it to proc a disorder with assault. Like, I don't know if there should be like a timer to this. I don't know how strong this disorder should be, but like, she wants to be a hypercarry anomaly agent, and that's not really good because she can't get disorders in that context. Let her have her own tiny disorders sometimes, please. Like, let there be something for her to do with disorders. Iframes would be good. Like, that would be another thing. At least let that move be invincible. Every other DPS now, their best move is fully invincible. And at least for Jane, I think that move should be invincible. Why not? At least I think the very end of it is invincible. They could just copy paste her Lost Void buffs. I don't know. It's in Lost Void, it's like her jump actually like buffs the team's like disorder damage or something for a while, I think, off the top of my head. I could have looked this up, but I chose not to. That would be an interesting way to buff her, but like, I don't want them to make her like instantly crazy. Like, I don't think she should be turboing out this move. I think that's not the intended gameplay design with her. Anyway, I just want Jane to feel good. Right now, Jane is struggling to be better than Piper. And it's like, I don't know if that's a great look. Because again, she's a hypercarry anomaly agent who's not really good at being a hypercarry. And Piper was never going to be a hypercarry, and that's why she feels better. Piper at least buffs the team through her additional, technically. Jane buffs Alice because you get more assaults, but Jane doesn't really want to be a support. It's not in her character. It's not how she was. Like, if you ask the original designer, I'm pretty sure he wasn't thinking, oh yes, I made Jane so she could be a support in the future. It's like, no, that's not how the original designer was thinking. Anyway, moving on. Yanagi. What buffs could they possibly give Yanagi? Here's a better question. Does Yanagi even need buffs? No. No, actually, because Yanagi is like still really good. She is very powerful. Anytime there is an anomaly boss, Yanagi is always in contention because she is just really good as the main DPS, and she's also really good as a support because she just buffs disorder damage, and her entire kit is about buffing, is centered around her own personal disorders and buffing disorders. She, as long as the enemy is not hyper resistant to shock, she is perfectly capable in pretty much any anomaly team right now. Tony X Ultra, that's actually pretty cool. One pull, that's crazy. So yeah, what would I do for Yanagi? I don't know. Just give her like a weaker version of her Lost Void buffs or something. I don't know. Like, does she even need them? Like, not really. Maybe give her like a unique basic 6 while both Xiaogan and Kagen are active. Like, that would be something. But like, I don't know. She's already really good. Like, I don't think they need to buff her. If anything, they've been making bosses that are anti-anomaly so that anomaly teams are pigeonholed into specific fights. That is the biggest problem with Yanagi, but that's not a problem with Yanagi. That's a problem with boss design, right? Like, that's not like buffing Yanagi to ignore bad anomaly bosses. They're just going to make anomaly bosses that will counter that, or sorry, non-anomaly bosses that will counter that. So anyway, Yanagi's really good. She doesn't need a buff. Lighter. Lighter is a niche support who was power crept by a generic support, and that kind of stinks. So what is the solution to this? How in the world can Lighter reclaim his title as the undefeated champion that he stole from Billy? It wasn't stolen, it was passed down, but whatever. Matsu, I think you're confused. This is definitely Lighter. Like, he's got the shades, he's got the jacket, he's got the mechanical fiery hand. This is Light. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. How do we fix Lighter? We double down on his niche. The solution to making Lighter better is not to make him generic. It's to make him even more powerful in his niche. What they can do, give him his taunt. His taunt will reappear in the co-op. Just give him his taunt. I forgot exactly what his taunt will do, and I haven't bothered to look it up because I don't want to read too much into the leaks. When he uses his taunt, it increases the impact he gains from his core by some amount. I never ironed it down because I didn't want to worry about it. So increases impact from his core, and his additional's max damage buff increases to 125% for 30 seconds, and increase the team's crit damage by 10% of his impact. This is one I'm not too sure about. I'm not too sure about this exact number. I could think this could probably be lower. But the idea is to, like, instead of the max being 75%, make this 125%. Make him even more powerful in his niche. Double down on it. And here's one more thing. Lighter's a fighter, but you rarely see his moves. So what I want to do is, after 7 unique basic attacks or shuffle dodges, he uses 3 morale burst finishers sequentially one time. He can only do this once, but this resets after he uses a chain attack or an ultimate. I am going to show this, what I mean by this, on screen for a moment. So let's go to the training mode. I have to reconnect my controller because I unplugged it for too long. What do I mean by unique basic attacks? For those who are aware of Lighter but haven't really used him that much, I'm going to show you something you might not have ever seen from most videos. Make you disable. Lighter has a lot of attacks if you hold the stick instead of just letting it go, and you never use them. And so the idea is like, hey, give Reason a payoff for using these moves. Because right now, there's like never a reason to use them. And I chose 7 specifically because if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot exactly what this count was, like 1, 2. And this counts as 5 because it's all one hit. And so the idea is you can't just do this and it counts. You have to do that move. And so the idea is instead of just only using, sorry, it's hard for me to talk right now. Basically how Lighter is currently played is he holds down basic, and that's about it. Like, that's all he does. And so I want to expand that design to let him actually do the stuff that he has in his kit and make that more rewarding. And so when he's in, and so that buff I did is right now he's in morale burst state. He would have 3 of these final punches right here. Punch, punch, punch. Let him do that. Let him have an actual payoff. Let me scroll up for that donation real quick. Mooper, thank you so much. True story. Lighter fought against the Nest Syndicate during Y2K. Don't ask me how. Okay, I'll shut up. You should. No, you keep talking. You tell me more about that. Tell me more about this Nest group. That's pretty interesting. Was he perhaps friends with a boxer similar to him, like a female boxer that, you know, kind of like fought similar to him? That would have been crazy, right? Like a female boxer, and maybe like a luchador guy. That'd be crazy. Nah, maybe not. Maybe he was friends with like a big robot guy. No, that's crazy. That's too much. I mean, Lighter is friends with a big robot guy anyway, so, you know. He and Banyue do spar, so maybe there's a connection there. But anyway, that's it for Lighter. Like, hey, Lighter has some cool stuff in his kit, and there's not a reason to ever use it. So, like, let's give Lighter a reason to use it. Like, that's it. I will go back to my window. So that's it. And as I said, that buff would reset after he uses his chain attack or his ult. Just so you can't just use it constantly all the time, right? Let me get back into my presentation stuff. All right, on to the next character. This is we are getting into the final stretch. Basically, this is all the pre 1.3 agents. Because basically all the agents after 1.4 are really good. Like, they already buffed Soldier Zero Ambi. Like, Trigger's really good. Vivian's really good. Hugo's really good. Astra's really good. Evelyn's really good. Even Harumasa. They could change some things about Harumasa, but I don't know if he actually needs that specifically. So right now we're getting on to the final character. Chat, you probably already know who this final character is. Sox Caliber, exactly. I intentionally did not update Lighter's additional. I just doubled down on making his additional insanely powerful. I don't want to update his additional. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't want to update the requirements to, like, attack and rupture. I just didn't feel like, not that I didn't feel like it, but I wanted to double down on his niche. That's it. I'm not opposed to it. I just think this is more interesting. Where was I? Yes. Anyway. Ben! Like, huh? What the heck? He's here? Yeah, why not? Let's talk about Ben. Ben's like a counter DPS that scales off a defense, and he has a shield that buffs the team. But like, he doesn't ever get enough energy, so he can't really be a counter DPS, and he doesn't get enough combat defense for his defense scaling to really matter. He uses his dodge counter over his special block counter, which is kind of sad. And his shield and the buff it gives are way too weak. Like, you wish Ben was just slightly better at doing the things he wants to do. So let's do that. And for those who, sorry, remember, I already gave Koleda a reason to be paired with Ben. So what am I giving this guy? When he gives a perfect block, give him 8 energy. Like, he wants energy. He desperately wants energy. Let him have energy. It's crazy that Ben levels up his energy generation in his core. Like, as you level up his core, you increase his energy regen. But he never has enough. Because as it turns out, Billy and Piper just get more energy than him. And it's crazy that Ben just can't match up to their energy generation. Like, that doesn't seem fair. Let the guy have his energy. Just let him have it. Here's another thing. Now his defensive assist will count as perfect blocks. So now when he's off field and he comes on field, that will count as a perfect block. And there's a reason for this. It's not just we're turbocharging Ben's energy. We're given a reason for it. The next one, if I forgot exactly what it was. Yes, so why does that matter? His assist follow-up count as a perfect block. He can now use his EX block follow-up after an assist follow-up. So the one where he does the spinning around, he spins around with his pillar, let him do that after his assist follow-up. Because he's already blocked the attack, it kind of makes sense that he would just be allowed to do this. And then after that, we are adding to his additional. We're adding a new buff. Using an EX block follow-up after a block counter gives his shield 8% crit rate and 24% crit damage. The reason is because right now, the way Ben is actually played is that he will just use the block and then not use the follow-up because the follow-up costs too much energy. Now, because we're increasing how much energy he can get, again, this number 8, it doesn't have to be 8, it could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 4. The idea is let's just give him more energy for playing the way he wants to play. And this would work on his special as well, for the record. His special also does a perfect block. And so, hey, now the reward for using your follow-up after a block counter specifically is that you buff his shield. So okay, so that's kind of cool. We're like making his shield better, we're making his moves better, but what about the fact that he's a defense scaler? Are we doing anything with that? Yes, I am. Adding to his core. When Ben has his shield active, it increases his defense by 15%. And for the amount that increases your defense, increase his attack by 80% of that number. It's basically just copy pasting what's in his additional, but now it's also adding his combat defense. And I think that's important because right now, like if we look at a lot of Ben's mindscapes, let me go over here. Agent, I was already on agents. Ben, let me get up the stream for this. A lot of Ben's mindscapes. This mindscape one is important. Mindscape 2, inflict additional 300% of Ben's defense as damage. I think this is really cool. If you read through his W engine, if I can find it. Where is his W engine? Big cylinder. After being attacked, the next hit will trigger a crit and deal 600% of the equipper's defense as additional damage. So like, let's lean into the fact that Ben's a defense scaler and actually give him combat defense buffs. And it's going to tie into his additional. It's not just, oh, that was the wrong button. It's not just going to be like his additionals. It's only scaling his initial defense. Or how do I phrase that properly? It's going to act like his additional and that he will benefit from his additional's defense. And then when he triggers a block counter, this defense gain increases to 25% for 10 seconds. We want to reward Ben for being a block counter DPS. He wants to be a counter DPS. Let him be rewarded for doing that. And this will also increase the damage he's doing on a lot of his block counters, because as you saw, when he gets hit, he deals a bunch of counter damage. This will turbocharge that. Do I think they're actually going to do this? No, of course not, right? That's not the point. The point is, we are trying to think about how could they make Ben more rewarding for his intended game plan. And this is it. If they do some of these, I would be happy. They probably won't do any of these, though. I'm just trying to be realistic. Next up, Lucy. This is the last A rank, actually. There were more A ranks I could have done, but I decided these two were more interesting to talk about. Right now, Lucy is probably the weakest support in the game, and everyone's just kind of better than her. So, how do we make her better? Well, she has this cool mechanic with her boars, and their ability to be a sub DPS. Let's just fully lean into that. Like, she'll still be a support, but now we're highlighting her damage. For those who don't know, I've pointed this out in my tier list video. I don't know if this is still true, because they've added a bunch of new agents. But, Lucy has like the 5th or 4th highest dodge counter damage in the game. Like, look at this. This is crazy. That's not really relevant to what's in my slide, but like, it's crazy that her dodge counter is this strong and no one uses it. Like, Lucy's damage is actually pretty good, but no one cares about that. They only care about the fact that this can only get up to 600 attack, and that's too low. So let's make that better. How do I get there? Hold on. There we go. So how do we make this better? When the cheer on buff is extended, specifically extended, the buff increases by 25% of its original value, stacking 3 times. How does Lucy extend her buff? At Mindscape 6, when allies hit enemies with an EX, it will extend the duration of her cheer on buff by 5 seconds. And so ideally, we put her in a team that wants to turbocharge that, so like Piper and Bernice. This allows us to overcharge Lucy, essentially. Reward the team for playing to Lucy's gimmick. Lucy has a gimmick of extending her cheer on buff. Let's lean into that. And then, the next part, first off all, Mootbird Wars, thank you so much. They need to give her a variant of Monato's Nero slamming attack as a hidden input. She got the anger for... Exactly. That's a good idea. Honestly, they could allow her to use her other basics after her dodge counter. I think that would be fine, because she has 2 different basic strings. I can show that real quick. I don't... Those who have never actually tried this, I will turn on damage numbers so we can see how the damage changes from physical to fire. This stuff doesn't matter, but see, right now these are physical hits. After she throws her boar, after she hits it with the bat, they become fire. They all become fire. Except that final slam. It's weird that she has this, but it doesn't matter for anything because no one uses her as an on-field DPS. Anyway, that's not too important. Back to the slides. Anyway. Yes, Forever T. We did the Nekomata portion earlier. I will make this an actual video when that, so I will want to release it. I I won't private the stream. I'll make it members only, just so that people don't like skip to the part of the live stream they want to see and then click out and then not watch my actual video. But I will unprivate it when I release the final version of my video. Just so I get some revenue off of it, you know. Let's see, where was I going? Oops. Here is, I want to. Oh, was I showing that right? Yeah, I was. Okay. Then after extending her buff 3 times, so the 3 stacks there, that's why I was confused. I have the wrong thing up on my other monitor. After she extends her buff 3 times, her guard boars ignore defense and increase their crit rate, crit damage, attack, impact, and anomaly proficiency by 20% of Lucy's. And this resets when her Chiron buff expires. Right now, the guard boars inherit these stats, but their damage kind of doesn't matter. So instead, let's lean into the fact that her guard boars inherit her stats and buff that. Just make that, lean into that aspect of her character design. Now she can actually be like a real sub DPS that's also supporting the team by playing to her gimmick of using her Chiron buff. You could try to do a thing where like give the guard boars a different move, but like I don't know if that's something they would ever consider, and I don't know if that's something I would want them to do. Like you could change their damage to be fire damage. I think that would be fine, but like I don't know. They already deal fire damage when they slam down from the sky. And so the idea is when Lucy's with a team like Piper or Bernice, their EXs are really good for turbocharging this. And that really makes Lucy for most teams, Lucy is not a great support, but with the specific teams that use a ton of EXs, now she's a fantastic sub DPS because she's going to be churning out this damage nonstop. So when they slam down from the sky, they're going to do a lot more. Anyway, moving on. Caesar! This is the last one. There's a lot to talk about. Caesar has a lot of problems. If I can show them, I will pause and go to like some gameplay stuff to show off what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to talk about all of her issues up front. I'm just going to, we will discuss them as we go along. How I would buff Caesar is I would give her a reason to gain. Sorry, did I say that right? Give her a reason to gain and spend assist points. And maybe, just maybe, lean a tiny bit into her beta design as a crit DPS. For those who don't know, in the first beta we had with Caesar, Caesar was a crit DPS. What do I mean? Well, she had a shield, but the shield was half of its size, and it did not have any attack buff. I know that sounds insane. Caesar's shield used to not have anything attached to it. It was just a shield. They then changed her to be a support, essentially, and I think that was for the best. Instead of just saying, oh, make her shield better, just buff her attack. No, buff her shield attack. No. Let's make her more rewarding for the players who engage with her unique mechanics. How do we do that? This assist follow-up is animated so she can't teleport to enemies. Just change that. Like that's the one big change I would give to her. I'm going to pull up the latest Deadly Assault boss. Not Deadly Assault, Shi defense boss on my account real quick. Just to show the chat what I'm talking about. Why? I don't want to be here. Get me out of the hollow. Where? Spots outpost. Now we'll go in here. Exactly, for Gaetons? Sorry, it's hard to read that from my distance. She does have her hold basic. It spends an assist point. There is a niche. Sorry, I wasn't going to go there. There is a niche application where she can group up mobs of enemies. that doesn't really matter. That's not the right mode. Shiyu defense. I prepped this one already, just because. Chocobo, even better. We're not just going to make her hold basic better. We're going to design other things around that. For those who don't know what I mean. As you saw, Caesar's entire assist follow-up missed the enemy. Because when she does the move, she actually... Oops, that's not Caesar. Hold up. Caesar stays in place when she does the move. She is anchored to her current position. And that's kind of a problem. Because sometimes it means she will just miss. Right there she didn't miss. But if the enemy runs around a lot in their attacks, or she is pushed back far enough, because sometimes you get hit 2 times, she will just miss. Compare that to a character like Piper. I was expecting that to load a bit faster. Compare that to a character like Piper. Pretty much any character, but I'm just using Piper as an example. Piper teleports in front of the enemy. Nicole teleports in front of the enemy. Ben will teleport in front of the enemy. Come on, give me more attacks. Whoops. Whoops. How did that not count? See, we're too far away. Ben and Piper teleport in front of the enemy. And also, I could show this with Nicole. Some enemies teleport to where they need to be, and a character like Nicole won't. I think Nicole stays where she is, and then her assist follow-up teleports her to enemies. Basically, Caesar's assist follow-up kind of made sense when it came out, because enemies didn't really move that much after you did your follow-up, but now they do. So just change that. Just update her to be more in line with how they would make new enemies. Sorry, new agents. Like a new agent released nowadays would never have the assist follow-up that Caesar has, because it's just not good. It's just really unhelpful. So bring her more in line with current design standards. How do I fix this? There we go. Yeah, so oh darn it. The way she's locked in place, it's because they want to do the throwing thing from where she is. But just let her teleport in front of enemies when she does it. That's it. I don't know if I showed it off. I should probably show it off a bit better. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Because I don't think I showed off like how far back Piper can be pushed and then she teleports. Same with, was I saying Ben? I meant to say Pan. So I'll try to stand back far away, let her do a big attack that I can... Like, even if Piper misses, that's kind of... I'm trying to just show off that she will teleport to the enemy, whereas Caesar will not. And as you can see, Pan's defensive assist pushes him forward. Piper's defensive assist pushes her forward immediately. Caesar's doesn't. Caesar lags behind. And they should just change that. Just make that change. And that's about it for that. That's all we need to do for her assist follow-up, specifically. Back to here. Also, sorry. Allow her assist follow-up to interrupt enemies, like it does with Seth. Currently, her assist follow-up will just miss a lot of the times because it will hit enemies and they will keep doing the things they were going to do. And that's kind of lame. right now, Yuzuha is a better defense agent than most defense agents because she has a built-in parry that also stun locks enemies in place. She can stop Miasmic Jane from doing her multiple strikes in a row. She can hit the Miasmic Fiend off field in its like arrow phase where you wait for the rings to appear and you dodge them. She can still hit Miasma Fiend with her hold parry. It's kind of insane. Anyway, that's not specifically about the assist follow-up here. That's just to talk about like why is Yuzuha better at doing that than like a defense agent. Let Caesar interrupt enemies with her assist follow-up. It makes sense. When you switch an agent, the buff from Radiant Aegis, that's the name of her shield, the buff from Radiant Agent will last for 2 seconds. I don't want to do the buff of just let her shield be active for the whole team because that was not a part of her original design. I want to lean into the fact that Caesar is a very strong supporter for one on-field agent. But I don't want to take away from the teams that do switch off. There should be some reward, but I don't want to change the identity of Caesar to just being a generic support that buffs the entire team. I don't think that leans into an aspect of the character that I find interesting. Next slide. Not the next slide, but the next page. Overpowered Shield Bash. That's the follow-up. Her EX has 2 parts. The first part is like the perfect block, and the next part is the Shield Bash itself. That now has a follow-up at the cost of 1 assist point, and this move will interrupt enemies. Taylor Gongo, how do you feel about anomaly agents and digital not having the same attribute condition? For example, Jane. Yeah. I haven't thought too much about it. I would not be surprised if the Angels of Delusion, if their main DPS, if her additional does not include anomaly. Because if you read the drive disc, it basically says they want to be in like an anomaly stun team. So maybe not. So maybe they will have a team that maybe doesn't lean into disorders. Like maybe they'll get their disorders from a stun agent instead. Maybe, just maybe. Anyway, sorry, back to Caesar. Give her another move after her overpowered Shield Bash, because that's already a move she wants to do, and it's a move she can only, it's not that she can't do it otherwise, but it's more rewarded after a perfect block because it takes it reduces the energy cost to 0. So now after she does this move, she can do a follow-up by spending 1 assist point, and we'll get to why that matters. Now every perfect block in retaliation will generate 1 assist point if you have less than 6. And this can happen once every 40 seconds. This exact number is not set in stone. Maybe this could be 30 seconds. Maybe this could be 50 seconds. The idea is that let her generate assist points because she wants to gain and spend assist points, as I said on this slide over here. Let her gain and spend assist points. Why does this matter? For each assist point spent by the team, or that is gained by Caesar, the attack of Radiant Aegis increases by 50% of its original value for 15 seconds, stacking 3 times. Why did I say stack 3 times? Because if I can show this off. At Mindscape 4, when Caesar uses a chain attack or ultimate, she gains 3 additional assist points. Maybe I should have said stacking 4 times. If her energy is below 20, she can activate EX, overpowered Shield Blast, with 1 assist point instead. And so I'm trying to lean into the fact that she has a Mindscape that wants to buff the fact that she uses and spends assist points. Let's lean into that. And by having it stack up to 3 times, it means you kind of want to use, maybe you'll use a hold basic, use her EX to start a chain attack, then you will do her chain attack and ultimate, and those will give you spent 1 assist point, and then from Caesar you gained 2 because you used her chain attack and her ultimate. They give you, I forgot, ultimates give you 1 or 2? I think they give you 1. They used to give you 3, I thought. I have a hard time remembering that off the top of my head. Anyway, the point is, let Caesars have a reward for gaining and spending assist points. That's it. And by doing so, we buff her shield. So that way, using defensive assists with Caesar actually has a really good payoff. It's not just, oh, here's some extra days. It's like, no, we are actively making our shield stronger. And because you perfect blocked, you gained an assist point. That also makes your shield stronger. But that buff doesn't last forever. Like, you can't just do a one and done thing of like, oh, I blocked 1 attack with Caesar and now I can ignore her for 30 seconds. It's like, no, you got to be active with this character. You have to use her. You can't just ignore her. We have to be proactive with her. So I thought this would just make her more engaging to play and also more rewarding for using her. The next one is about her ultimate. Why is this not advancing? There it is. Now, her ultimate adds a 30% crit buff to Radiant Aegis for 15 seconds. This is supposed to incentivize like her using her ultimate to buff the team in some capacity. Right now, it kind of doesn't really do anything. It does reset, it does reapply the Aegis buff. So it reapplies her shield. So that's interesting, but I don't know if I want to lean into that too much. And right now, her ultimate does 100% bonus days to stunned enemy, not stunned enemies, 100% bonus days to shielded enemies, and that doesn't really matter. So let's lean more into the fact that she kind of wants to be like an impact, like she wants to replace a stunner on your team, and also kind of be a substitute for a stunner or a support. So against non-shielded enemies, her ultimate's days increases by 50%. And if the enemy has a shield, I said shielded or miasma because I wasn't sure if miasma counted as a shield. Any enemy that has a shield of some sort, now her ultimate has an increased 250% days. It's a days boost including the miasma shield in the current game. I'm not talking about it depleting the miasma bar. I'm talking about just the days itself. And yes, but yes, I am counting the current miasma shield specifically. It's not miasma enemies, it's miasma shield enemies. And this would be like, if they make a new agent type that's like, I'm not miasma, I'm a plasma enemy, and I have a plasma shield. It's like, okay, sure, plasma shield, why not? If they want to center her around like, oh, use your ultimate when the enemy has a shield, it's like, okay, that doesn't matter. Could you please let this matter? Like, let's lean into this. Let's lean into the fact that she wants to use her ult against enemies with a shield of some sort. So buff that, hyper buff that. Let's lean into that. So, Hash, yes, the reason I had the Aegis shield buff, why did it go back that far? Okay, that's why it does it. The reason I said 50% for 15 seconds is because there are some times where this buff might run out. Like, I don't want to... The reason I put this 15-second time limit on is so it could last for the duration of a stun period. But I want players to play around with making sure this buff is always active. And it doesn't restack. Like, each stack is a separate stack. So if you spend 1 assist point, 5 seconds later you spend 1, 5 seconds later you spend 1. This buff is capped, but it's only capped for 5 seconds because the time's running out on the first one. So the idea is like if you spend them all immediately at once, you will get all of these buffs, but they only last 15 seconds. So you got to be careful when you use you don't want to spend all of your assist points too early, because then you might run out and not be able to get more. The idea is like to play around the fact of gaining and spending assist points and having a real payoff for that. Anyway. I forgot to animate the slide in sequentially. That's about it. That's about all I have for this presentation. Will these buffs happen? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. If they do want to sell older units, this is probably what they have to do. The way I would phrase this is, I might bring this up in my actual video, show the image of it. In fighting games, there's a famous fighting game, you might have heard of it, called like Street Fighter 2. Very influential for the current fighting game genre. Hold up, more important. Moopersworth, most important buff. Give her dialogue lines with Billy. Seriously, what the heck, man? But seriously though, you're cooking with Caesar. Thank you so much, Moopers. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You don't have to donate, but I really appreciate it. She technically has his line. She says, "Time to shine." That's what Billy says, you know. So, they share lines, but they don't have lines together. Billy has them with Lighter. He doesn't have them with Caesar. That is odd. Maybe S rank Billy definitely will. That would be crazy if he didn't. He should. I would be really weird if he didn't, because Billy is Caesar's champion, right? Like pretty much all of Caesar's life, Billy has been her champion. It's weird that they don't have a dialogue option. Anyway. Chocobo, you're probably right. Those buffs were a bit excessive. I do like Caesar. I'm not gonna hide that. I wish she were better, but I'm not the one demanding buffs. I think Caesar is. I just want her to be a little bit better. And my way to make her better is to make use of the fact that she gains and spends assist points. Like, she can spend assist points, and there's no real reason to ever do that. So. Are those too strong? Maybe. Probably. It also allows her to be a DPS better. Because the idea is, like, I wanted to lean in her being her own crit DPS. And the whole thing of gaining and spending assist points is a lot easier if she is the DPS of the team. Right, exactly. Like I tried to say at the beginning, the exact numbers are not like set in stone. Like the point is not, if I can find it again. The point is not that I want this to be 50% exactly. This could be 30%. This could be 25%. The point is that this is just to give you an idea, like a ballpark idea of how we can make the character more mechanically engaging to play. And giving a better reward for that. So, yeah, that's about it. There aren't really other characters in the game I think they would actually buff. They said they're going to buff the standard agents. I think they will want to consider buffing Zhu Yuan and Jane and Qingyi and Caesar. I don't think they'll buff Yanagi or Lighter. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll buff Lighter eventually. I'll wait and see for when that happens. Yeah, Chocobo, that's a fair point. I totally agree. So yeah, that's about all I have for this discussion. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, let me know down below. My name is Yojimbo Blade, and I hope you'll have a great day. See you soon. All right, that's the end of the recording. I'm not done streaming. I'm just finishing the recording. That was on for quite a while. So now, Let's actually play some Banyue. I said I would. I have to reconnect my controller again. Right, Chocobo, exactly. It's not that Yanagi is bad, it's that they've designed bosses to be anti-anomaly, and that really hurts Yanagi. But that's not a Yanagi problem, that's a boss problem. Let's try. I'll do the challenge. I'll try to do this again. I have improved slightly with Banyue. I have been practicing a little bit. I haven't been practicing that much. I did watch Leno's video, so I don't know if this will be good.
I may be slow, but I still have 2 fists to swing.
I have Monito's W engine because I'm going to make full use of this buff down here. That's how I'm going to play him.
Whatever you, I will blaze the path ahead.
Also, before I start, I'm going to move my icons back to where where I wanted them to be. So we will move chat back up. Ooh, not off screen. Put me back down. Put me down here. Here we go. Oops, I did that wrong. Nope. Sorry. Nerves getting to me. It's so, there's so many things Banyue can do. I really like playing him. If you didn't know, I don't want to spoil everything in Leno's video. Leno basically taught me that this dodge actually has a gameplay mechanic other than hype moments and aura. Now, am I going to do that? Probably not. I might struggle to do that. Oh, that's there's also a way to weave in more dodges so you get more wrathful fires. Like that. Something like that. I didn't cancel it. I kind of want to get the stun before he goes into his next phase. Oh, nope, I messed it up. That's fine. Actually, no, that's not fine, but it's a bit annoying. Oh, right. So here's the reason why it doesn't count as a defensive assist. I know what you're thinking. Good comment in the chat. Someone said, joking about using Protopunk, but the buff doesn't work because these are right? Yeah, those are right. The buff doesn't work because it's not a defensive assist. It's an assist follow-up. There's a difference. Goes from a dodge counter. It goes from dodge to assist follow-up, not defensive assist into a assist follow-up. That's why that doesn't work. My color with Billy is green just because it's different. That's about it. There's not like a real lore reason behind it. I just thought it would be more interesting than just being the base red Billy. Because anyone can be base red Billy. I thought I'd be green Billy. Because I also have like Ambi's colors in my official YouTube icon. So I want to incorporate that some way. Something like that. Whoops, I'm wasting my damage on my EXs. Oops. There we go. Something like that. Whoops. No, darn it. I don't know if I have enough days in my kit to stun him right there. Because if my skills were level 12, it would probably be easier. I don't think I can justify leveling up my skills to level 12. They're just a bit too costly. Oh, that was the wrong move. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, there's a way to do a dodge, and then, that was not the right move. Oh, darn it. I'm so close. If I unload all of my EXs there, I think I can stun him. Oh, yeah, Optimizer. Yeah. If you got fan art, go for it. I think that would be cool. I'll just do them all here. Why not? Oh, see, that's the confusing part. It's a 3-hit attack that, if you try to get both of the follow-ups, it won't work. Darn it, I did it again. I felt like I did even less days that time. I like doing Earthshaker because it's the highest damage move, and when he's just sitting around not doing anything, it's kind of like the best one to use. And I think it has the best days as well. Oh, how do I'll just use my mouse. That's the wrong one. I don't care about his basics. Earthshaker days is 360. And anything better than 360? No. So it has the most days. I'm trying to stun him before he goes into the miasma phase. And I think using that move is like the best one, especially when he's not doing anything. Nice try, you didn't get me that time. How did I end up behind you? Oops. I thought I pressed dodge. I could turn on my overlay so you guys can see my inputs. Oops, you can't get to. Oops. It's right, he goes right at 2 minutes, basically. I don't think I can hold on to my Wrathful Fires for that time. I'm going to try to do a full run just to see how much I've improved without worrying too much about how I spend right resources. He's standing around not doing anything. I might as well do that. No, I'm so close. That's annoying. Oops, I forgot. I was moving. I might as well have used my ult before this then. It's unfortunate that I didn't. That's not what I want to do. It's something like that. Oh, it went out of stun. That's fine. Oh, come on. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. See, doing that gets you extra Wrathful Fires because you are getting the Wrathful Fires from the dodge, and then the Wrathful Fires from that other dodge. I forgot if it's on his dodge counter or his dodge. Hold on, let me see this again. I think it's his dodge counter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me scroll to his additional. Is it? No, it's not his additional. His core. Where does it say? Defensive assist with dodge, immovable mountain, and block. Perfect dodge. So this perfect dodge is different from his dodge immovable mountain. So the idea is if you do a dodge, if the enemy has an attack, an extended attack, you do a perfect dodge, and then you cancel that with your immovable mountain dodge. This gives you more Wrathful Fires. That's the idea. Attack me, come on! Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the time. Yeah, I should have ulted earlier. I should have ulted a lot earlier. I think I have to spend my ult to get the first stun before he starts his phase at 2 minutes. Oops. That's true. I didn't need to do that, but whatever. No! Come on! That's unfortunate. Oh, I didn't charge up my stuff. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time, and then we'll try a different team. We'll try a funnier team. Oh, I missed all of those. That's unfortunate. Oh, come on. At least I got it out before he started this. I messed up that defensive assist. I have to be attacking and then press dodge. That's the trick. That's the trick. Maybe try 4-piece shock star. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. That might be funny. I promise. One last try. One last try. Oh, I messed that up entirely. I need to do my ults and stuff before then. Okay, this is the last one. This is the last time, I promise. One last time. One last time. I say that and I'm going to be upset if I don't get it. I think if I hit all of my moves perfectly, I could probably force the stun right before 2 minutes. There, I perfect canceled that. There we go. Mooper, thanks for the donation. I can't look at that right now, but thank you so much. Oh, you saw it. He was totally doing the stun animation. Whatever. Where is he? There we go. I don't know if that actually made a real difference, but it's fine. We care more about getting a bunch of adrenaline here. Ah, I fell for it again. Whoops, that's not our right move. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to cancel it like that, but it's whatever. Oh, come on. I don't think I can get this next stun. We're gonna unleash it all now. I didn't get off the dodge in time. I had a lot of energy I didn't use at the end. Yeah, I didn't get off that taunt cancel at the end, but that's fine. That's about what I expected. It's around that score. There are obviously some mistakes I'm making because I'm trying to do things that I'm not quite good at doing yet. And this is it's basically free to play Banyue. I want to see how he does with the wrong buff. I'm giving the wrong buff intentionally because I don't want to base this off the hyper shield buff. Let's use a funny team. Let's use the team. I know for a fact no one has tried this. Koleda and Ben. This will for sure get us the stun. I promise. If we don't stun with this team, I don't know what to tell people. Oh, right. That's the... Not that it really matters, but yeah, thank you so much. I'm not a great Banyue player. I'm still trying to figure out how to play him. So Lino's really good. If you've seen Lino's video, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. I'm not fantastic. I can't do that stuff. What does that look like? Oh, that looks fine. Your core ref doesn't really matter. It's like, eh. Oh no, the Koleda's days isn't high enough, said no one ever. And then Ben, what are you doing, Ben? We'll give you pans, because why not? And we'll give you this, I guess. Something like this. We'll basically steal Caesar's build. Because your damage does not really matter. That's about right.
How can I help? Ready to work.
And I guess we can use Excalibur. Excalibur would be great, but he resists. He resists physical, so it's like it's not really that good. This will get us more burns. You played Ben with him already? That's crazy. I have not tried this before ever, so we will see how this works. I was told one strat is to not well, I already messed it up. One strat is to not get his Wrathful Fires fully activated, so that way you can gain more at the very start of the fight. So that way you can use some of your adrenaline to gain some more, and you're not like overcapping or whatnot. It's just a tiny little optimization.
Just watch me.
Take some time off, presentation. Don't run. Tremble.
I probably could have waited for the stun to do this, and I know I'm not doing this team properly because I have not practiced this at all. I rarely use Koleda. I should have saved my adrenaline for earlier, so that way I could go into Wrathful Fire states now.
So stubborn. I'm here.
Let's go.
It's authorized personnel only. Hold it. Don't run. Tremble. End of the line. Annihilate.
I meant to switch to Koleda. That's whatever.
Mountainous strength. Annihilate.
There we go. Something like this. I have not looked at the score, by the way. I obviously did that wrong. I should have used Wrathful Fires instead of this. I should have used one's path instead of...
Take some time.
Yeah. That is the wrong buff, remember. We are using the wrong buff. Because I want to get more of a baseline of how I actually perform with him. That's surprisingly like the same score. That was a one-time run. We could definitely improve that. I have not practiced that team ever. And I'm using the wrong buff, so... That's not a very good score. If we replace... Obviously, like, Ben and Koleda are the weakest part of this team. I want to try my dumb team of, like, switching between Billy and Banyue, but I want to do it against the Thrall, because I think that would be funny.
I may be slow.
Where is Astra? There she is. Not the right one. And I guess I can leave her on Astral Voice. I don't think it's really going to make a difference. This run is cursed anyway.
Starlight Knights, let's go!
This run is going to be atrocious.
I'm on it.
Let my song move everyone.
You rang? It's my turn!
I'm going to turn off damage numbers because I can't see what he's doing. Yeah, Sobek stomp came up. That's what I figured.
It's my turn!
Let me handle this.
It's showtime!
We're just going to use this now because we're not really going to get a better time to use it.
Feel the power of Starlight!
What? Where'd he go?
This song is dedicated to the world.
Feel the ultimate Starlight!
Annihilate. Punch.
Let's play
I messed that up. That's fine.
easy target!
Was he too far away? Whoops. I'm upset. I was supposed to cancel that.
End this. Hatred. Wildfire.
Starlight, shine bright!
Don't run.
Feel the power of Starlight! It's my turn!
Relentless assault.
Yeah, that's not a good score. I can show my Billy if people want to see that. I'm not too practiced with Billy and Dial-In. Do I want to do a funny team? Probably not. I think for Billy, I think I need to put on my A game to get a halfway decent score. At least doing it live. My go-to comfort team is a Caesar Yuzuha. Because like this is not the team you're supposed to use, so that's why I like to use it.
Where are we going? Come on. Let's show 'em what we've got. Good day.
Come on. A mission. If you need,
It's a team that works, but like doesn't really synergize perfectly. But like in theory, everything lines up together.
I'm here.
I
How can I help?
Where? Oh, where? Actually, you know what? I'll do it.
I can become.
Why not?
Number 0.
We're doing it.
Wanna see?
I've got
Do you want
a new ghost. Let's go. You won't be bored with me around.
Bring back what Ben stole from you. These crit discs that I have not... Actually, no, this one was better. These discs that I have not tried to optimize because they don't really matter. This is a terrible disc 4, but it doesn't matter. A Caesar doesn't deal enough damage for it to matter. And your W engine is... where is it? Koleda took it. That's right, because Hellfire is all that matters. We don't care about this because... I could give you Unfettered Game Ball. That's crazy. And then I could get you off a crit rate and give you... I don't want Protopunk. Put you on crit damage in case you didn't have enough anyway. Here it is. The attack's a bit low, but we're getting 1200 tech anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Got a new ghost story to share?
Ooh, a little bit less than 1200 because I changed something here. What happened? Who stole your discs? Come on, fess up. I think it was Orphe. I think Orphe stole your attack percent. There's not a better one here, is there? No, there isn't. Oh, there is, but it's Astra's. Well, also, Unfettered Game Ball has lower attack anyway, so... That's right, it has a lower base attack than Kaboom the Cannon. So right now, I'm right at 3000.
Here we go. Let's go. You won't be bored with me around.
Let's see if I can actually do this. I don't actually need to be crouching because...
It's my turn.
I'm in the zone.
Feel the ultimate starlight. Let's clear him out. Starlight, shine bright. Eyes up.
Whoops.
It's my turn. In my sights.
Don't get scared now.
We're just doing this now because why not?
Feel the power of starlight.
And we're going to do dodge counters here. Oh, I missed that. The idea was I was going to do a rolling dodge counter into this, but I messed it up.
Try this. It's my turn. Feel the ultimate starlight. Let's clear him out. It's showtime! Ah!
Whoops. How come Caesar did not?
Watch your back.
Not bad. Time for a surprise. Your luck's run out. Go, Kama!
Easy target. Perfect. Bang! It's my turn.
Can I get 20? No, I can't. Not in this run.
Not bad.
I think I can if I actually practice this, but this run, no, not exactly. I did not have much else planned for tonight. I could do this one more time. Just one more time. And then maybe I'll probably call it the night after that. It's getting late and I have to keep my voice down. So got people staying over because it's the holidays and whatnot. But yeah, chat, thanks for joining me. Was there a donation I missed earlier that I felt bad? Oh, that Moose sent me one. That's right. Sorry, back to the game. I think I read that one out. If I didn't, thank you again so much, Moose. That means a lot. Back to the game.
It's my turn. I've got this. It's my turn.
Not bad.
Let's clear him out. Feel the ultimate starlight. Starlight shines bright. Ha! Keep it up.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's my turn. Not bad. It's my turn.
Don't get scared now. Fire!
Feel the power. Don't move.
Whoops. This should get the stun. There we go. Oh, it's whatever. But yeah, I can definitely get 20k off of this. I already got it. Yay.
Your luck's run out. Go!
We will end with Caesar's ult because that's cinematic.
Don't move. It's my turn.
Halt! Not one step further.
Perfect. That's the pose I was looking for. What is Yojimbo Blade exactly? That's a great question. I think sometime in intermediate school, I thought it sounded cool. And so that was like my secret username that I never really used. I went by a different one. But when I wanted to be on YouTube, I thought I should use a different name that sounded a bit more more engaging, a bit more not eye-capturing, but a bit more intriguing. Yeah, thanks for opting, Optimizer. Sorry, thanks for, what did I say? Thanks for asking, Optimizer. Yeah, that's 20k. That is using the, not the shell buff. It's not really shelling, like, chilling Billy. Like, no. It's the wrong team. And these are not, like, hyper invested. I mean, the best thing on this team is that Yuzuha is using Game Ball. That's the best thing on this team, but, like, okay. Could I do it with this? Probably not. No, definitely not. That sounds awful. All right, so chat. Thanks for joining me tonight. This was a quick little stream I wanted to do just for fun. And gotta off with this, guys. Thank y'all so much. That really means a lot. I will make this into a video. I will private the stream just for a little bit until I publish the video. Or not private, I'll make it members only, and then I'll make it public once I'm done with that. So, is there anyone on YouTube that I know who is streaming right now? I will put it in the, before we leave, I will put it in the chat. Just because I want to spread the love, spread the joy. I don't see anyone right now. I type in Zenless Zone Zero, who pops up? Zenless Zone Zero live. Voxel, there's a Jinx. Okay. We're gonna go to a guy called HM Warrior, chat. I'm gonna post this link into the YouTube chat. I want y'all to go there. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Sorry you got here late as Azir.